So like Humira said earlier, you are all exceptional. But with this comes a sense of duty, a duty to work and create change. While this is incredibly important, you're not going to be able to do it unless you take time for yourself and take time for your mental health. I have anxiety and depression. The way I like to describe it is that it feels like I have a second brain, constantly going over every scenario I can think of and the outcomes. It's a trait I'm sure many of you share, whether you be entrepreneurs, innovators, or just crazy busy. And while it can be helpful, it can also make me overthink things and obsess about different scenarios. To deal with this, I take medication. I take a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, which helps me with my anxiety, and an antidepressant. Basically, my meds just help my body do what it's supposed to be doing so that I can work. My problem started in high school. I felt like I had to be the best at everything and set impossible expectations for myself. When I couldn't meet those expectations, I created this feedback loop in my head where I was just constantly telling myself how I wasn't good enough. Eventually, these problems led to physical symptoms. I started getting insomnia, and when I did wake up, I'd feel sick to my stomach. I couldn't eat, and I started having panic attacks about once a month. I didn't know what was going on, but thankfully my parents did. Both my parents have always been really good about talking to me and my sister about our mental health. My mom especially. She has a lot of the same problems I do, so when it started with me, she took me to a therapist. Her name is Kathy. She helped me learn how to manage my stress and control my overthinking. But unfortunately, not everyone has a family that can or will support them through mental health problems. Because of the stigma, a lot of people would rather hide it than seek help. And help is pretty much the only way you can tackle mental health. I'm so thankful I was taught good mental health practices, because about a year ago, my symptoms got a lot worse. I was once again placing myself under too much pressure, and coupled with a lot of personal issues, I was getting sick again, losing weight rapidly, and trying to make myself throw up in the mornings just so I could try and feel better. When I couldn't take it anymore, I asked my family and Kathy for help, and decided I needed to try medication. And holy shit, it was ridiculous how much better I felt. Suddenly, the stomach aches I'd had my entire life were gone. I could sleep, I could work, and I just felt like a brand new person. My work improved, my relationships improved, and I just had a better life. We tell you our stories so that you see that there's real ways to improve your life, but it all starts with asking for help. If you feel stressed, overwhelmed, like you're less, know that you're not alone. In reality, the average person has some form of mental health problem. In fact, 1 in every 4 adults experience mental health every year. In students, it's even worse, with 2/3 experiencing depression, and of those, only 1/3 actually getting any help. What's more, these numbers are even higher among entrepreneurs, and they're still climbing. And if during this presentation at any time this sounds like something you might be going through, I beg you to take steps to address it. Talk to someone. You can talk to me if you want after this. But just know that you won't just be helping yourself, you'll be helping others to know that they're not alone. And by no means is medication going to magically fix you, because we're all different. That's what makes us so great. But it does mean that you're going to have to open yourself up to other opportunities and other options. You need to figure out what works for you. More than anything, though, give yourself permission to take a break. Think of it like a computer. If you run it all day, every day, it's going to overheat. You need to take time for yourself. You need to rest, you need to sleep, and you really need to enjoy yourself and life. I'd like to end this presentation with a question for all of you. What is one small thing we can do to help those close to us with mental health? Odds are, in this room, more than half of you are currently going through some form of mental health problem. Maybe if we talk a little more openly, a little more accepting of one another, we can help defeat the stigma around mental health. Thank you.